So like this building behind me that's dead and forgotten, a lot of people might think that's what happened to the V12. But certain manufacturers might disagree to that. Take for instance Aston Martin. This DB11 behind me has a 5.2 litre V12 twin turbo, and it produces 447 kilowatts and 700 newton meters of torque. Now that's a lot considering that this is not a supercar, it's a sports car. So in a sense this car can be used every day. But how does all that power translate to everyday use? There's only one way to find out. So the new DB11 has got a bit of a split personality because you've got three modes: GT, Sport and Sport Plus. And in GT mode, if somebody told me that I'm in a luxury Mercedes-Benz, I'd believe them. Partly because this car has got a lot of Mercedes-Benz in it. This car actually shares a lot with the Mercedes-Benz AMG, or rather Mercedes-AMG GT and GTS, but it doesn't have the same engine. So a lot of stuff you see inside the cabin shares a lot with that car. And in GT mode, when people say that this is a car that you can use every day, half the time don't believe them. But in this case, this is really a car you can use every day. There's no point where you feel like the car's uncomfortable, or it's a bit overbearing, or it's too long, or it's too big. It feels nice and snug, and I can really just take this thing to work if I had the money. But I don't have the money. But that's why I'm a motor journalist, so I can drive these things. So then that's the GT mode. Makes a lot of sense for every day. Then I've got a sport mode. And you'll notice right now that you can hear me quite clearly. But if I put the car into sport, all of a sudden, things get much louder. And if I go into second gear and I put my foot down, besides the car fighting me like the way it is, because it's got 700 newton meters that it's trying to put down, and it's slightly battling a bit because it's the normal road and it's got, quite slippery tires, everything livens up. The suspension gets a bit harder and everything just gets a bit more lively, and I get happier because petrol heads get happy when things get loud. But then to take it up another level, you've got Sport Plus, which could be slightly irresponsible for me to use on a public road like this. But I am a kid sometimes, and in Sport Plus mode, if I do this, it even gets loud. But like I say, I'm on a public road, so I'm going to be a good citizen and not break the law. Something that is very easy to do in this car, because this car's GT-ness fools you into thinking that you're traveling at a normal speed, but you're not. The other time I was traveling on the highway and I thought I was traveling at 120 k's an hour, the normal speed limit, but it turns out that I wasn't traveling 120 k's an hour, and without implicating myself in anything, I'll just say that it was way above what the government says I must drive. So if you do own one of these, just be slightly careful, because you'll find yourself breaking the law more than you should. Now that I'm stuck in a bit of traffic, I can at least think inside this Aston Martin DB11. And it's when you sit in a car like this in peak hour traffic, as it is right now because it's 20 to 5, and you realize just how good this car is in this scenario. The seating position's great. I see exactly what's going on. Whenever I turn the corner, I never think to myself I'm going to scratch a rim or anything like that. So, they've done a great job in terms of setting it up in a way for everyday use. And again, the materials in this car are just so lavish and beautiful. You've got some great leather, some good stitching, and as well you've got a Bang & Olufsen sound system, so it really does help to keep you company on those gridlock days. Something that's going to be a reality if you're going to drive this car in the city. At the end of the day, after spending a couple of hours in this car, there are a few things that I think are my favorite points about this vehicle. The way it drives, it's just sublime. It is really a fantastic car to just be inside and to drive it normally, to drive it hard. And, even being stuck in traffic is not a big deal when you're in an Aston Martin. And at the end of the day, these cars have really been about drivers and how they make you feel. It really brings back the essence of driving. And I think that's what makes this car so special, is that even though, it's a shared platform, it hasn't lost that Aston Martin-ness about it. It's still very special. It's an achievement. So from that aspect, I say job well done. I'm very happy to see this brand back, living and kicking well and doing all sorts of great things. And when you do get tired of driving and just cruising around, you can always just do this, because this never gets old. You'll never tire out of this V12. It's that good. It is that good. I must say, it really is a good feeling to be standing next to a brand new Aston Martin with a nice V12 engine. For a brand that people had perhaps forgotten about, it really heralds in a new era of Aston Martins, which is great for petrol heads and great for people who have a lot of money, because you need a lot of money to buy a car like this. But this car not only proves itself as a performance vehicle, but it really is a good GT car. It's truly a car you can use every day. So we just look forward to what's up next, because if it's anything like this, it's going to be great.